Saio tô de Nike, gosto dessa menina. Tô com dela que bola e diga, ela me tira. Bagulho fenomenal. Sabe que eu gosto de sentar no grau. Bagulho fenomenal. Sabe que eu gosto de sentar no grau. Pensa em continuar. Gosto dessa menina, gosto quando ela rebola e
Apparently a lot of come on, so she was angry about it, but whatever. She could have asked me, like, gross.
Bagulho fenomenal. Sabe que eu gosto de sentar no grau. Bagulho fenomenal.
Time and time again, white women have proven to be some of the sorest losers in the game of tennis. Because Mrs. Cirstea over here must have been so mad that Naomi Osaka going come on felt like taunting to her. Is it okay to go come on? Come on between the sets? Is it okay? Can I? And what makes this 10 times funnier is the crowd. The crowd is a messy ass bitch. When they asked Naomi Osaka about it, the way she responded, a bunch of come-ons that she was apparently angry about, that was cocky, and I love it. I love a little bit of smack talk in sports, especially when she hasn't done anything wrong. In case you guys were wondering what a microaggression looks like, jog your memory. I believe you remember Sabalenka and Coco Gauff, where Sabalenka said that Coco won the match not because she was a great player, but because Sabalenka, made a lot of mistakes. A lot of people hate on Naomi Osaka.
Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, welcome on board. So this video is currently trending about Naomi Osaka and Serena tennis match, right? I would just want to believe at this point that, man, some people are sore losers, right? I don't know why Black people have to demean their light in order to edify the other person, because it's giving like jealousy. It's giving, if I lose to you, then I need to say something to aggravate you, you know, to maybe do something. Because we all know that tennis players, they usually pump themselves up, they motivate themselves, you know, they make grunting sounds, they make all kinds of signs, come on, yeah, you know, all those kind of motivating grunts or whatever they do to boost their morale so that they'll be able to play and win. And I don't see anything wrong with that. She was just doing it to like pump herself up, and you got aggravated because you lost. That shouldn't be your problem, right? Even the umpire was like, you know, she wasn't doing it in your side of the tennis court. She was just trying to, you know, ump herself. You just saw a loser and you wanted to, you know, blame her for you losing. This has happened before. Last year, we remember the match between that Black girl and, you know, one other European player that was outrightly aggressive towards that Black tennis player for winning. It has been happening over and over and over again, and I don't like the fact that all these winners are apologizing. Like, stop apologizing for your greatness. You owe nobody any apology, because it's giving, oh, you're the master, even if I win I'll still want to like apologize to you. It's kind of crazy, and it doesn't show the true sportsmanship of these people. Like, this has to stop. So guys, if you haven't watched it, please watch all the clips and let me know what you think in the comments.
Like to get under her skin for different reasons, whether it be her fashion choices or her confidence, or in general when she does lose. But this night was for her, and you're going to have to stay mad about it.
Okay, sorry she was mad about it, but
Come on. It's okay? Did you come on between points?
Between first, yeah, you haven't got to go your other.
So I can talk between points?
Between third,
Yeah, can I go come on and talk? Basically?
you're not serving yet, so it's not even the street. Okay, so they can.
Osaka-Cirstea is a tough competitor. She came to play tonight. What did it take to get through that one?
apparently a lot of come on, so she was angry about it, but whatever. She's a great player. I think this was her last Australian Open, so okay, sorry she was mad about it, but
So she was complaining because between the first and second serve, she could hear you just trying to pump yourself up. Was that the problem?
I think so, but like, she could have asked me, like,
Cirstea was obviously very salty after losing the match, which took Naomi aback, who said, what was that for, in regards to Cirstea's kind of salty handshake. Serrano responded with, you've been playing on the tour for so long, you have no idea what fair play is. Naomi was clearly routed about the altercation, and when Chanda Rubin asked what it took for Naomi to get through the match, Osaka said, apparently a lot of come-ons, which she was angry about. Naomi also said, I think this was her last Australian Open. Sorry she was mad about it. And Osaka, she later apologized for those comments at her press conference. She said that she thought it was disrespectful for her to say that. Chanda told Naomi that Serrano's reaction was probably because Naomi kept pumping herself up between Cirstea's first and second serves. And that moment came at 4-2 30-all in the deciding set when Naomi said, come on, after Serrano missed her first serve. Cirstea then sarcastically asked the umpire, is this okay to do between first and second serves? The umpire told Serrano that it was indeed fine, and it was funny because Naomi, after she won the 30-all point, she did a loud come on, and I definitely think it fired her up, and she confirmed that essentially in the press conference. Like the umpire said, it's perfectly fine and legal for Naomi to pump herself up and say come on between first and second serves, and Osaka said too in the press conference that no one had ever had an issue with it. So I don't think at all it was her doing gamesmanship. I for sure think Cirstea was more upset about how the match was going for her. I get it, emotions run high, especially when you're losing, and from a player's perspective, I guess it can be a bit aggravating. And Cirstea downplayed the whole entire incident in the press conference. She really wasn't giving the reporters anything. I think Serrano, she also might have been annoyed with Naomi, her leaving the court twice in the third set of the match. And Serrano said in her post-match press conference that Naomi doing that did break the rhythm for her a little bit. The first time Osaka left the court was when she lost the second set to change her dress, and the second time was when she received treatment for her stomach issue at 2-1. According to Renee Stubbs, Naomi could not change her kit and receive treatment in the same changeover. It has to be two separate ones. Like I said, Cirstea for sure downplayed the whole incident in the press conference, and it seems like it's not that deep for either Serrano or Naomi, but let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments. Do you think Cirstea's complaints were valid, or was she being more of a sore loser?
Naomi, you better than me, because I would have told that lady first off, F your bitch and the clique you claim West Side. Now, I'm not going to do too much and sit here and say the other girl isn't a good tennis player. I'm not going to do all that, okay? Athletes have good days and they have bad days. Today, Naomi played better tennis. That's it. Sometimes Naomi has bad days too and she gets beat. Like, that's just the nature of the game. But for you to act unsportsmanlike at the end with that little attitude during the handshake, I do feel like that was unnecessary. And Naomi asked you using her words like a grown woman. What was that? She was trying to understand why you were mad. And then you are going to say, oh, well, Naomi, you've played for so long and you still don't know what fair play is. Basically accusing Naomi of not playing fair because she was trying to get into your head or be loud and yelling in between sets or serves or whatever the case. What she was actually doing was hyping herself up, and you may not like it, but you already asked the umpire earlier if that was okay, and the umpire said it was fine. So at this point, next caller, what are we talking about? And honestly, it sounded like Naomi was about to say, if you really had a problem, why didn't you say something? Like, if you watch Naomi, in my opinion, I don't believe she's on that type of time where she's trying to play a dirty game, like trash talking, trying to throw off her opponent by saying come on in between sets. Like, Naomi, if you see this, I know you don't want bad blood between your colleagues, you know, the other players. I know y'all see each other on the road at tournaments all year long. I understand that, but in my opinion, you didn't do anything wrong. Your opponent was mad. She obviously loves tennis, is passionate about tennis, and she's losing at her last Australian Open, and she knew the trophy wasn't going to be in the room with her. That's it, and that's all. Good luck on the next match.
Is Naomi Osaka the villain of tennis right now? After her victory in last night's match against her opponent, they had an altercation after the match. And I believe her opponent's frustration is due to the fact that Naomi was hyping herself up after every single point. It's a video of their altercation. If you think that was bad, I mean, here's her reaction at the press conference when somebody asked her a question about it.
So I'm curious just what your thoughts were as it sort of started to unfold at the net there, for kind of maybe it felt like the first time for you.
I just thought that was like, I was like, huh, that's interesting. And that was my exact thought in my head.
Yes, to my understanding, it looks like Naomi Osaka is the biggest rage baiter in tennis. This is how.
Y'all, this is a voice memo I received after posting that Cirstea Osaka drama at the Australian Open.
Now, I know you are probably at work, so you can't listen to this right now. But let me tell you something. If Naomi Osaka or Coco Gauff ever feel like they need to apologize again for being better than somebody and for doing that, I'm gonna send them both a letter and tell them, y'all stop apologizing for people's emotional reactions to your greatness. Not your fault. Not your fault. Not your fault, okay? I'm sick of it. Every single time one of these women wins a match, here comes some controversy. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. And we all know why. And I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of it. All right, that's it. Miss you, love you.
So this was a frosty handshake and Naomi Osaka wasn't happy with it. So Naomi Osaka today for her second round match played against Ra.cyst, and now this was a very tight match. They played for 2 hours over 3 sets, and in the end Naomi Osaka won. Cirstea was of course disappointed that she lost the game, understandably so, but apparently there was also some issues that Naomi Osaka said too much like come on, and that was kind of a hindrance for her opponent. So that happened, and Cirstea was not happy with Naomi. So they go to the net after Naomi won, and she gives Naomi this very cold but kind of neutral handshake, and then Naomi Osaka is talking to her at the net and she's like, what's your issue? What's going on? And then in the post-match interview, Naomi said apparently she was not happy with my comments. And she also said something like, this is her last match because she's retiring. And that's like dangerous to talk about your opponent's retirement that way. But Naomi won't care for too long because she's through to the 3rd round. And let's see how far she can go at this Australian Open. And if you don't want to miss anything I post regarding tennis, don't forget to follow me, and I'll see you for the next one.
So Naomi Osaka and Ra.cyst had a tense moment at the net. Let me explain what happened because this is super interesting. This all stems from Cirstea having an issue with Osaka, and apparently she was saying Osaka during the serve and during points. She was pretty much saying come on and speaking during the points, to which she complained to the umpire too, and the umpire pretty much said she's not hindering you, so get on with the game. Which nicely led on to this handshake, to which Naomi Osaka was super surprised by, and Cirstea pretty much just walked off, and it was a weird handshake. To the surprise of Osaka, she questioned it and she was like, what's going on? What was the need of this? Because I'll be honest, it wasn't that deep. But this was my favorite part of the whole thing. On court on the interview after the 3-set match, Osaka was asked, what did it take for you to win such a difficult match? And she pretty much said, apparently it'll take a lot of come-ons. But please, if you have not seen this interview, go and check it out. This is super funny from Osaka. And I'll be honest, I don't really think Osaka was in the wrong here. You're playing a competitive tennis match and you're going to have moments like this. So I think this is just blown out of proportion.
People are allowed to talk during the tennis matches, especially if you want to motivate yourself to win. Like, you're allowed to do that. I still want to understand why these people are so loser. You hardly see black sports, persons doing the same thing as these people. It's giving, I'm jealous, I can't lose to a lower person like you, and the fact that she's younger and you've been in the game for way too long, and I don't know, why can't they just win or lose in peace? Like, lose in peace. That's the true sportsmanship of, showing class even when you lose, right? But not that you're finding a fault or trying to blame somebody for your own loss. Like, you didn't play well. If you had played well, you wouldn't be, minding whether someone is trying to motivate themselves up or someone is trying to pump themselves up. Black athletes, we need to stop apologizing. Like, why are you apologizing? I get it, you want to be classy, but stop apologizing for your greatness. It needs to stop. Guys, please drop your thoughts in the comment. Let me know what you think. But before you go, hit on the subscribe button, hit on the like button, hit on the notification bell in order not to miss any of my videos. See you in the next one. Have a blessed day.